Haven, and you're in the kitchen, and we are going to be cooking together. Now, I've already got some deer burger patted out right here. You heard it right. This is a processed deer that Brother John got last year, and this is about the last of it. So we got 4 patties here. I've already got some squash cubed cut up. I've got a 1 onion cut up right there, and let's see, this was about 2 squash, and this right here is a half a head of cabbage. Over here on the stove, I've already got my oil heating up for both pans, and we've got some water right here if I can get to it. We are going to be putting my glass jar in there because we've got some peppers that I want to can. Not sure if I'm going to be able to do this at the live time, but we're going to go ahead and get our dinner started. So what I'm going to do first, I think I want my cabbage to go in. So here's our cabbage. Remember, this is just half. Half a head. Trying to use stuff up that I had in the refrigerator so it doesn't go bad. Here's a whole onion. Here's our cabbage. Sorry, this is our 2 squash going in with that cabbage. And then we've got 4 of these deer burger patties. And I don't have anything on them, so I'm going to salt and pepper in just a minute. I put a little oil in the skillet because there's not a lot of fat in this deer meat. You can tell that our fire is hot. Check our fire. Oh yeah. I'm going to go ahead and clean up some of this right here because we're not going to need it. Now I have already some things right here for canning. I've got our canning salt right here. I've got the mustard seed that I'm going to be using. I've got some white vinegar. I've already got some water. And we've got a real simple how to put together pickling for some peppers. So y'all are just going to be going with me for a second. I'll put this in the sink and worry about that later. See these peppers we got right here? I've already got some that are chopped up right here. I hadn't made up my mind if I want to put these. I don't think I want to put these peppers in with the squash. I think we need to be putting these peppers by themselves. But what I'm going to do right now is just get me something to turn these patties over. And then something too to be stirring. Let's see what we can get right here. We're just going to use right off the stove. Now this right here, I've not put any more seasoning in it. It's just the cabbage, the onion, and the squash. And it will cook down, and it will flavor itself. We might put a pinch of salt in just a few minutes. But that onion gives it good flavor. See if we can't get this. I think I'm going to have to come back on and do that pickling I can put the brine on, and I think I'll just make it a different video. We'll do the canning of the peppers by themselves. Right now we're just cooking up some deer burgers. So it's going to be like a hamburger steak and the vegetables that I needed to get out and get them cooked. Now, because I've got some room right here, this is what I'm going to do. Remember I said I didn't know if I was going to put those peppers somewhere else. Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them right here. Set that right there. Let's see. See those peppers? I'm going to do us another video on how to can some of these peppers. It's a hot pepper, and they're cut up in little chunks right here. I'm going to try to cook some of that heat out of them by doing this right here. And I've already got my water that's going to start getting hot. I'm going to put my glass mason jar in that pot after that water starts boiling, and it has to sit in there for 10 minutes. That is getting my jar sterilized, but I'm going to be able to, we're going to be able to finish this one right here, and then we'll come back on and I'll walk you through how to can these little peppers. If you've got some peppers growing right now like we do, these right here, some of these, I think all of these came from our pastor. Brother John and I started going back to a church that we attended over a year ago. And even though we minister, we felt it good to get back into the community and help out as we can with this local church. And the pastor had gave us some of these. Last Sunday, he brought some tomatoes, but they were gone. They were gone in a flash. And see how all of this cooks up so nice together? You know, anytime you have some, any veggies at all, if you like them, just throw them in a pot. Does anybody remember the flavor that comes out of cooking out of cast iron? I have been told when I've cooked a meal before and people have come over and ate it, they have said it would be worth $20 a plate. Or they would pay $20 a plate. That flavor is unbeatable. So thankful that my mother had cast iron, my dad had cast iron, and of course we collected some over the years, and Brother John's mom had cast iron, and I ended up with all of it. I don't know that any of my sisters or any other relative ever came and got any of the cast iron. Some people think it's too hard to take care of it, but really, it's not that bad. You just take care of it as soon as you get through with your meal. And it wipes out, it cleans out. Avoid putting it right in any kind of soapy dishwater. I don't do that. I do let it cool down to, you know, take it off the oven, let it cool somewhere. And then get all of your juices out of that skillet. You notice I'm keeping these to the side. We may have to have some kind of condiment to be able to eat that. But these are cooking up real nice. Patted them out pretty thick. Hope everybody's had a wonderful day. It's been hot and humid here in Tennessee. Hot and humid. Fall is approaching, and I will be so glad for the temperatures to change. It has been one hot summer. Some places have gotten rain as they needed it, and some hardly any at all. We have been very blessed by the rain. Lots of rain this summer. For a little while, it was very dry, and we were probably complaining because it was so hot. And I guarantee you, we've mumbled and groaned about all the rain. But yet there's other places like Texas, out west, that they had been suffering a drought. Well, these peppers look like they are, changing color on me, which is fine. That flavor of that meat's going to be good. My mother used to teach us, or I used to watch her stick a little hole right there in the center of that meat. Deer meat's a little different, but you see there's a little bit of blood still there. We cook all of that completely out. This cooks up pretty quick, right? I'm going to go ahead and flip these. And we'll just put some A1, whatever steak sauce we got, we'll put that over. You hear the guineas? If you hear them at all, that's what that little noise is. Sometimes they can hear me. I have the screen door open. Well, the kitchen door is open, and the screen. The big door is open, and the screen door is what keeps them outside, but y'all get the drift. And check that fire one more time. And see, you got to keep this going. So we're going to leave it open because that's not going to work. Here's our wood box. You got to keep that wood going. Brother John's got a picker-upper in here, but I don't use the picker-upper. I'm just going to grab a couple of pieces of wood real quick. I'll start burning again in a second, but let's just grab again a few more pieces of wood. Are you planting a garden? It's already time to start thinking about the fall garden. This summer we just had some tomatoes, some pepper plants. Of course, all the herbs are planted, and some flowers, new flowers around the homestead. Rose bushes are looking good this year. Planted everything that was a perennial last year came back. Of course, it's beautiful. And that's the wonderful thing about planting and knowing how you want your landscaping to go. Those perennials will come back year after year. Got an aloe vera plant the other day. My other one got too big. This one's on the smaller side, but it's going to be good. I'm going to see how soft this is getting. I can already feel it. Still too crunchy. Brother John and I enjoy cabbage and onion a lot. Potatoes and onion too. I would say that this is just about ready. I'm going to leave that one like that. Flip these back over. This one's breaking apart on me, but that's all right. I'll let that be mine because that's about what I would do. I would eat a whole one, and then if I wanted a little more, I could have a half. I've got an errand to run in the morning, so I can tell you Brother John's probably going to be having this if I don't get back before lunchtime. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get us a plate. Last time our video was sideways, so this time I've been holding it because there's nothing I could do about it being sideways. But I'm going to go ahead and pull off one of these. I'll show you what it looks like in just a minute. Now I'm going to give Brother John just a few of these peppers on the side. Let some more continue to cook. I didn't put too many in there. That way if we don't like it kind of sauteed this way, we haven't boo-booed too much. I only used a couple of peppers. Still have several left. Let's push all that meat to the center. Let's see if that was... All right, that's what I'm going to be giving Brother John, and that's what we're going to be eating. There's our hamburger steak, a few of those peppers, and there's our squash, our cabbage, and our onion. Thank you for joining me with Cooking in the Kitchen with Sister Mary, and the next video that will follow this one will be the canning of these peppers.